sitting here holding on to this mother gasket. That's right. I don't know how much of that you guys will get to see of removing that, because this piece of crap right here will not let go. That's the gasket that goes between the manifold and turbo, and it was stuck on there for life. It was just, would not freaking budge, and it was just hanging up. Because the beauty of the ISX is, well, 2 studs on a manifold and 2 studs on a turbo. So 2 studs in the back, 2 studs in the front. So you can slide it on there and get your shit on. Well, what's awesome is that gasket was stuck on the front and back studs, and it locked the damn turbo on it, and that thing weighs 120 pounds. We'll get this manifold off, see what we're dealing with here, and fix that broken stud. Sometimes you're just having one of those days where you know that you shouldn't be working on stuff because you're just not feeling it. That thing's still stuck. Got them loose, but man, that thing is in there. That's the exhaust side, so that sucker is gonna be in there. I don't know, we got it freed up, so it shouldn't strip on us with the open end wrench. But you just, one of those days where you're just kind of like, meh. But you just want to do stuff because you got nothing else to do. And it's like anything you get done is just a step ahead. But just one of those days right now. I'm having it. But you see why you use a line wrench on this. This thing is just stubborn. So one other thing you want to make sure is this tube is free and clear. And there's condensation in there. Gross. Coolant. Because this feeds your VGT back pressure sensor. So if it's plugged up, your turbo is going to throw code. Well, your ECM is going to throw codes for turbo stuff. And back when these emissions engines first came out, some of you guys remember how many freaking dealers would be like, Arch Turbo, and all it was like this back pressure sensor or the boost sensor. And they would literally throw $10,000 worth of parts at your truck and it would still run like crap, and all it was just a freaking sensor. I love this 3/8 impact. It's literally my favorite tool. This over here, we're gonna have to get some extensions on it, but see if this back one comes off, because these 2 back ones were, oh wow, that one's loose too. Are you broken? No, it's just loose. There we go. There we go. So 4 more in the middle, 2 right here, but we need an extension, so we're gonna go get an extension. And yeah, that thing will bust them off. That's a 3/8 impact, Milwaukee. FTW. If you don't know what that means, look it up in the Urban Dictionary, but I will be more than happy to tell you what that means. It means for the wind. My worn out freaking extensions. I even bleed red. Who doesn't? Unless you're an alien. God dang it. The one maybe shouldn't be too hard, but the one's gonna be hard. See that? Right down there. This guy's completely flush in there. That's just freaking amazing. Oh, this one, look, I can actually get that guy out. Damn it. So if we can maybe get a nut on that, I don't know, maybe it'll spin out. Oh, I guess we'll see. All right, let's see if we can get this thing somewhat welded on there. I got it tacked, so it's kind of the stupidest spot in the world because everything's in the way. Oh, she's glowing red. At least she was glowing red. What do you guys say we try to get it out? Gotta get the right size socket. Too much stuff in the way! Hope it works. Oh, is that working? I think so. Ooh, look at that. She's out, guys. She's out. Do I dare to touch it? Right, pretty freaking hot. Not too bad. Woohoo! All right, next order of business. See how ugly that is? See how pretty that is? Do you get the idea? The hole? That? Well, how are you gonna get it out? Well, how do you think? Eventually it'll come out, trust me. I'm a mechanic. Mechanic. But look how much prettier that is. I mean, obviously that ain't in there, but that freaking donkey dick. And this is what I was talking about, the plug. This will eventually fail because they do. Because just deadheads there, you know? The exhaust just comes to a stop. And that is just going to burn and burn and burn at that. And eventually it'll just blow a hole in it. And this, nice and smooth. This just flows from the cylinder into the turbocharger and out into the atmosphere where nature intended. So, or didn't, I don't know. Probably not. I'm struggling here because I'm trying to give you guys content. See? For the most part, it's on. And that's how it looks. It's the rolled edge side goes towards the manifold like so. If you ever do this. And I highly suggest you do this if you have a deleted, I'm sorry, don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, an ISX without the mandates, you know, mandates. I don't like taking men on dates, so I take that stuff off. So I got it kind of set up. And she just taps right in. Look at that. Now, you might have to adjust it as you put it on. So just drive it in with seats, because you might have to pull this out according to where the cylinders are. Now this side is pretty much most of the way in, and this kind of is too. Maybe we went a little bit too far. It's about right there. But look how much better that looks. Look how much better that manifold looks. Let me get this rag out of the way. Oh, so you guys get a better perspective. Look how much better that looks. Yeah, I know that's old, and that's eventually going to look rusty too because the heat cycles that stuff. So look how much gorgeous that looks. Look how gorgeous that looks. How much better that looks. And yeah, this is the way these engines should look from the factory. The 871, of course. I mean, who would do this to an X15? I love def. So what are we doing here? This is the left side of the engine. See that? This is the dipstick. See that? It goes down there. See that? This is a plug. Oops. There goes my flashlight. This is... So, long story short, when we flip this oil pan around for a front sump, because this engine has what used to be a rear sump, because it was in a large car, don't worry, this charging harness is going to get reattached. We forgot to move the dipstick tube. Yeah, so it's not reading anything. I'm probably gonna have to get a different dipstick. As far as the tube goes, I'm pretty sure it's the same, but I'm gonna have to get a longer dipstick. So right now I'm putting the plug that is in here, and we're gonna swap this dipstick tube. Shit. Should we clean that up a little bit? Probably, wouldn't hurt, huh? So we have our front hole and we have that back hole. The back hole, we're gonna put the plug back in it. That front hole, we're gonna get whatever that crap is in there. It looks like silicone with our pick, and we're gonna thread the dipstick right into that. So yeah, you see I've been putting some cushion clamps on that harness, charging harness. I gotta put some on that side too, but I wanna get this dipstick in first and then we'll go from there. So I got this wiped down. O-ring looks good. Threads, I'll clean the threads up a little bit more, but we're gonna get that crud out of there, and yeah. All right, so we cushion clamped our harness. We got our dipstick swapped. Where is that? Where is it? Oh, it's over there. There's a dipstick swapped. I like this a lot better. So before we just had zip ties underneath holding it to these studs, and those just temporary. And then I got another cushion clamp over there. It's beautiful, and zip tied over here, holding on. And then I got, this is not really touching because there's a little bit of space, but just for good measure. But it looks beautiful now. Have to ream the holes out a little bit on those. And it's not touching that blow by tube, so it's all good. Oh, can we cross anything off? Oh, here we go. Dang it. Stupid pen. I just want to write when it's like that. This we'll cross off tomorrow. You can put that on, actually. I have that. Not yet. Dipstick. Look at that. Look at that. Getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 things left, which this will knock out tomorrow. This we might still do today. And this is probably going to be one of the bigger things we want to do with this. Will probably go with this, because I want to shorten those lines to the cooler. So yeah, getting stuff done. All good. So the Huan came up with the solution for this coolant pipe that runs along the frame here. Problem is there's just nothing to attach it to. So it kind of rattles on the frame. But I may have come up with a solution. Let's see if that works. All right, so not very pretty, because this cushion clamp had to be twisted, but it's very functional because there's zero movement. No more banging around on the frame. Put a little hose on here so it's not touching directly metal to metal. Freaking awesome. That looks cleaner because I fixed the rubber around it. Much better. Might as well, since we're already here, huh? Oh, you bastard. Coolant never stops leaking either. You can ask it all you want, but it just will not stop. So I already see a slight problem with this. I'll tell you guys in a second. Let's get a bolt started though first. So this don't fall off. Don't want it falling off on us. Oh, there we go. Let's get another one. What do you guys say? Just for good measure. So anyway, I guess the Packard tank is different, and this nipple is small. This hose is big, which we actually adapted from the Cummins to a smaller hose. So I'm gonna have to go get me a hose because this one's too short to reach. And yeah, I'm gonna take that off and just go get another hose made and get rid of these stupid splices. Because we made this to work with the other tank because that nipple was way bigger over here, but This one does not have that. So yeah, that's the only thing with it. That's not a big deal. Should I mark that tank as done? Technically that's not connected yet, so probably not, huh? I mean, technically it's on and it's been replaced, but it's not finished. Sorry guys. I'm gonna do it. It is done. I'm gonna call that done. Now, much better looking. Way better looking. I need to get a spacer though, because David Huan has it at his house. He must have left it there when I took the broken stud off. The broken stud's in the side box, but the freaking spacer is nowhere to be found. Which is just the opposite of what I need. Yeah. So, time for the turbo. And there goes the trans fluid. Might as well tackle that. You're draining out. It's probably gonna be a while. I'll probably drain. So this is the cover I'm talking about. That's the PTO cover, and you can see the seepage around it. Like I said, I should have put some RTV around that gasket, but you know, you're tired, weren't thinking. Don't drop my phone in that bucket. That's our Schaefer's. No, that's not freaking shiny. It's just aerated from draining. It's all brand new. I mean, this thing's got 20 miles on it. Gaskets on, anaerobics on, thin coat. Now you gotta go underneath there and slam it back on. So can you cross anything off today? Man, you probably cross that guy off, although I'm missing the spacer. We can cross that guy off, but I don't have the lines. But I'm gonna go ahead and cross that that manifold off. I'm touching a pendant. I don't know where it's been with my mouth because it's came out of Mama's ATM. I'm gonna cross that off because all I need is a spacer, which I'll probably get from the dealer tomorrow or something, and we will be done with that. I did find something else I want to do that I'm gonna add on here. Come on, don't fall off. My OCD doesn't allow me to make a bad S. That's a pretty badass. S. Whatever. Badass. Bad S. Yeah. Just kind of been a slow day of working today. Got the turbo back on it as you saw. Got the downpipe on. I did get the cooler lines off. I just looped this one so it's not leaking. And then you see over there right there, those are our fittings from the trans, and those are just kind of hanging out there, leaking into that bucket. Because we're going to reuse that fluid. That fluid was expensive, and there ain't nothing wrong with it because it's pretty much brand new. Brand new! Just like everything else on this damn truck. And then I'm going to measure here. And I'm going to run a bracket from here, and then we'll get just like a muffler clamp, like a 5-inch muffler clamp, and then that's going to be our bracket. And we might just weld like a V here, because there's bolts here, and then there's bolts on the bottom that we can bolt to. So I think that's what we'll do, and then that'll be our bracket, and that'll kind of support this downpipe. Because right now, it's just hanging off the turbo, so it's not ideal. It's putting all that weight on it. And it'll probably last a little bit till it doesn't, but it's just gonna start causing other issues and stuff getting loose. And so basically it's all the way here, nothing, bracket. So, and those brackets are kind of flimsy. So we definitely need something right here to kind of support that. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and hopefully we can knock that out tomorrow. I gotta clean all that gear oil stuff up. I guess there's oil leak in there, so I'm gonna put a rag underneath there real quick. So it soaks all that up and drips on a rag. But look at that manifold end. Doesn't that look good? That's how these engines should come from the factory. ARP hardware. Just missing that spacer. This is the part number for these bolts, and it gives you the size. It's a M10 by 1.5. 6621012. ARP is the part number. You need 3 of these because these come in a pack of 5, so you're gonna have 3 left over. They're not really that expensive. Summit Racing carries them. I got them relatively fast in 2 days, but this is what I used on Fancy. Never had a single problem, and this is what Mama's ATM is getting, and hopefully won't have a single problem. I think 20 bucks. 18 bucks is what this costs. They definitely gone up in price like everything else in the world, but it is well worth it. Again, 662-1012 ARP for the manifold bolts. Any ISX. 871, 870. I'm pretty sure 570 is probably going to be the same. X15, 22, 2350s, all that stuff. So go ahead and get you some. I highly recommend.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, 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 no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.